honestly don't know how much more I can take.
What's going on, Oilers faithful? Welcome to another episode of Frozen Oil. I don't know how much more we can take of this. This is like times the most frustrating team to watch in professional sports is the Edmonton Oilers. I cannot believe what happened in that game. There was so much going on, and we're gonna definitely chat about it. When you see the pajama jersey come out, you know there's a issue. This is my least favorite jersey, but it does come out because this jersey reminds me of Zach Stortini, basically, and the days where we were playing him as if he was Connor McDavid, and we all rallied behind it, but those were some tough days, I'll tell you right now. But like I said, a very, very, very difficult game to watch. Unfortunate bounces all night for the Oilers. The Oilers could have easily scored at least 3 goals in the first period. They ended up hitting 4 goalposts on the night, and just the Oilers cost themselves the game once again. Like, if you're not going to beat Buffalo this time of year, you know, a bottom-dwelling team in the East, I just don't understand how, you know, you expect to win the division. This is about winning the division. This is not a concern right now about making the playoffs, but, you know, it'd be nice to win the division or at least be in the conversation to win the Western Conference. But the way things are going right now, it's just these dreams, these ideas seem to be getting further away in the distance from actually becoming a reality. So I don't know, like, this is a game where you say to yourself, like, this is, you know, an easy 2 points for the Oilers, especially coming off the game they had against Dallas. You know, everyone was so pumped, myself included. And oh my Lord, what a tough game to watch. What a tough game to watch. I don't know what's going on with Coach Knoblauch. It's getting to the point where you say to yourself, like, how many more times is he going to keep messing up with the lines? Do we not want to have some sort of consistency before we go into the playoffs with the lines and the lineups? I mean, the line movements, the line combinations, to me, they just don't make any sense. Ryan Nugent-Hopkins should not be on the first line. I've been saying this since probably a quarter of the way through the season. He should not be on the first line. He should not be on the first unit power play. And the stubbornness is just unbelievable. Like, the refusal to just make changes when somebody's struggling, and then when somebody's doing decent, like Jeff Skinner, and then just keeping him out of the lineup when he has, you know, more goals than probably 7 or 8 forwards that are on this team, and you just refuse to put him in the lineup. Put him on the power play. Maybe change it up. Who knows? But, you know, the way things are going for the Oilers right now with some of these decisions that Coach Knoblauch is making, who knows where they're really coming from. I mean, I'm a fan of Coach Knoblauch. I really like, you know, the way he communicates with the fans. That's the number one thing I like about him. And he has a great record. That's the number 2 thing. So everything outside of that, you know, obviously there's going to be complaints here and there, but the lineups and the lines have been just horrible this year. We would have easily an extra 7 or 8 wins were it not for some of these experiments with the lines. And it's getting to the point where you just say to yourself, like, how much more can you take? How much more can you take? As an Oiler fan, how much more can you take? And the other giant concern watching this game was between the pipes. And I mean, this topic has been discussed so much, and we all said, you know, once the trade deadline passed, it's time to get behind Stuart Skinner and, you know, just rally all the troops behind him and hope for the best, because we have no other option. And the rebound on the first goal was just horrendous. And then just the third goal by Tage Thompson, the game winner, where he just kind of did a belly flop and almost looked like he was like doing a worm back like in those 1980s breakdancing videos that you watch. You just say to yourself, man, I don't see goalies doing those kind of moves. Like, it's unbelievable. It's unbelievable how, you know, the goalie coach situation hasn't been addressed. All right, so I don't want to keep ranting because honestly, just such a deflating game. Watching that game in Buffalo was just mind-boggling how the Oilers didn't manage to shoot themselves in the foot once again. They could have easily still won that game, and they didn't. Final score 3-2 Oilers. Let's take a look at some of these stats. And honestly, when you look at these stats, if you don't see the score, you're probably going to say the Oilers won this game. 34 shots on goal to 23 for the Buffalo Sabres. 55.9% on the face-off dot in favor of the Oilers versus 44.1 for the Sabres. Power play. The Oilers go 1 for 4 on the power play. Buffalo goes 0 for 2. And the power play is just so frustrating. It's even more frustrating knowing that, you know, the majority of the players that were on that, you know, NHL record-breaking power play unit, and they're all still here, and they just can't seem to get it together. Way too many passes. McDavid's got to shoot way more, and it's just so frustrating. And once again, there has to be some moving around because it's not working. Here we go again. Hits 23 for the Oilers. Again, ahead in the hits department. A very seen earlier in the season, midway through the season. In fact, even right before the trade deadline, this stat of the Oilers being ahead on the hits just never occurred. 23-13 the hits in favor of the Oilers. Blocked shots pretty even. Giveaways pretty even. And takeaways pretty even on the night. You have Darnell Nurse coming up clutch there to tie the game at 1. And then Bouchard scores on the power play with an awesome pass from McDavid on a beautiful one-timer. I don't know why they don't try that more often, because that's usually where Nugent Hopkins is. And it's usually a spinorama back pass into no man's land that occurs after that, if that was Nugent Hopkins in that position. Bouchard with a power play goal to tie the game at 2. And everybody knows what happened after that. Tage Thompson breaks in. Bouchard fumbles the puck there, and then he turns Skinner upside down. Literally turns Skinner upside down off a Podkolzin giveaway. I thought the first period for Podkolzin was very strong. He had at least 3 shots on net, and he was plays, and then just all that is forgotten after that giveaway at the blue line, and Buffalo goes the other way and gets the game winner. Again, Draisaitl gets robbed, absolutely robbed. He could have easily tied the game there, and just no puck luck, no bounces going our way. And as soon as you see that starting to happen in a game, I start to get worried, because just like, is this how the night's going to go? Is this how the night's going to go? Are we going to be able to beat this goalie? Are we going to be able to beat the post? Just a lot of unfortunate bounces on the night, and in the end, the Oilers end up losing. So, not a good thing this time of year to lose to the Buffalo Sabres. The Oilers are playing in New Jersey, so I mean, they're missing a lot of players too, a lot of their stars. But the Oilers just have to come up with a win. They play the Rangers after that, who are fighting for a wild card spot. So not an easy couple of road games left here on their road trip. So hopefully they can come up with 2 wins. They have to get 2 wins for the remainder of this road trip. We're going to head on over to Twitter X, because there are a ton of comments we want to go over, and it's the favorite part of the show. So let's go over to Twitter. Before we do that, we'll take an opportunity right now to kindly ask everyone to consider liking the video or subscribing to the channel. We're over 600 subscribers on the channel, and we are marching along towards 700. Here, hopefully before the playoffs, we can hit that benchmark. And doing this channel for the Oilers has been so awesome. So many awesome fans, whether it's online or in person. And wanted to do a quick shout out to Dale and Perry. You guys are some hardcore Oiler fans, and welcome to the Frozen Oil family, where we say and speak what the fans are thinking. So let's head on over to Twitter. All right, here we are on Twitter. And just a quick reminder that we are on Twitter X. You can follow us at Frozen Oil Hockey. We are almost at 800 followers there. So thanks to those that have followed. And let's take a look at this first one here from the Edmonton Oilers. This is Nurse's goal. Nice play on the wall there by Stetcher. Gets it back to Nurse. And a nice to tie the game up. And then on the power play, Bouchard. I mean, how many head shakes did McDavid do there before he passed the puck? Like, it's crazy. Watch this. Draisaitl with a big face up. Look at the head shake. He's so awesome to watch. It's crazy. It's from the Oilers as well. Coach Knoblauch takes some questions.
Turnovers. I think we controlled most of the play. I think we had a lot of time in the offensive zone. I think we had more chances. But what we didn't do is just the kind of mistakes that we made. And you look at the turnovers that led to scoring chances off the rush. And I don't think we spent very little time in the defensive zone, and I think we've done a pretty good job on that. But just the puck management and giving chances off the rush was a big story tonight.
For Thursday, how do you go about making sure that those mistakes are cleaned up?
Well, we got a couple days of practice, lots of time for some video, but I don't think any of the video is going to matter. I think we've been talking about it a lot. It's just about guys executing and finding that it's.
What we need to happen is we need Frederick to come in. We need Kane to come back to push some of these players to play harder. That's basically the bottom line. I mean, Coach Knoblauch's been saying the same thing all year. And players like Nugent Hopkins and even Zach Hyman on the back check, they're just so lazy on the back check. And that's why those rush chances are turning into scoring opportunities for the opposition. The forwards there's times where the forwards they're just not skating back. It's crazy to continuously watch it throughout the season, but that to me is one of the biggest reasons why the opposition is scoring off the rush.
It's an important part of the game. Making a play, making a nice pass, that's important. It's frustrating when some of the guys who aren't contributing offensively are contributing for scoring chances against, which is really hurting us. It's different if you're making those plays and it's leading to offense. And once in a while you get caught. But if you're not creating that offense and you're giving up those chances, that's what's hurting the team.
There were plenty of times that you guys hit the post. So how frustrating is that? Could you feel that kind of deflate the group in there? I think offensively, we only scored 2 tonight, which is usually not enough. But
he's thinking about so much things in his head. He wants to say so much stuff, but he's really good at controlling what he says and controlling his emotions, especially in these interviews. I mean, just pauses there, basically flat out pauses there, trying to think of what he wants to say. But I can tell basically that he wants to just freak out right now and say something and basically scream. But he manages to hold it in.
Yeah, the chances that we give up were just self-inflicted.
There you go. Self-inflicted wounds on the Oilers, and they got to get it together. Let's move on to the next one here from abuchiot.com. Like ants, they rush to the glass for a good position during warm-ups. Edmonton's only visit to Buffalo. Skinner in the lineup for the Oilers. Sabres wearing the goat head black jerseys. And check out these Oiler fans rushing to get to the glass. That's so cool. I mean, that's something you see at like concerts. You know, back in the day at concerts when they used to open the doors and the fans would just go rushing and piling in to get the best available spot for open floor seating at these concerts. Like that's what this reminds me of. And again, nothing like being an Oiler fan. We are strong and we are well. Here's one from the Edmonton Oilers. No shortage of Oiler fans in Buffalo. And just look at all these fans. Look at them. The majority are younger fans too, which is so cool to see. That's our future. And I'm sure Connor McDavid and Leon Draisaitl are bringing all these new fans into our fandom circle here. And I just thought that's so cool. Look at all those signs. Taking the time to make all those signs. A lot of 97s on those signs. This game was looking to start off crazy, so pumped, and then out. Here's one from Dan Fika at Oilers 49ers. Stu Skinner lost the game for the Oilers. Everything else is pointless to nitpick about. Gotta nitpick a little bit. Embarrassing, and if you're after Bouchard about this game, then you have lost the plot. So many comments on Bouchard, and I've been saying it all year. I mean, it's kind of a good thing this is happening because he is in a contract year. And after this year, there's no way on earth he's going to be getting $10 million a year. If he does, then that's going to be a very scary thought. But, I mean, the year he's having right now is down year. A lot of defensive issues as well. So, I mean, at the end of the day, he's a defenseman. He needs to play defense as well as get those goals and get those assists. But for, the Oilers faithful right now, a lot of fans are really coming down hard on Bouchard for his mistakes. The winning goal is a prime example. He could have just easily tapped that puck away to the boards, gave Podkolzin a chance to catch up to his man. But at the end of the day, I don't see us moving forward without an Evan Bouchard on our team. But the good thing is that he is in a contract year, and we should be saving some money on that contract. Let's move on to the next one here from Finn at Oilers JCan. I effing hate this team sometimes. That's the last time I ever get confident against a bottom feeder team. The Oilers always play down to their level. What a joke of an effort after such a great performance against Dallas. And I completely 100% agree there, Finn. Again, the highs and lows cheering for this team, the emotional roller coaster, it's just insane. It's just insane. And there's a lot of teams that you might say come close, but I can assure you there is no team that comes close to the highs and lows as a fan like the Edmonton Oilers. Just doesn't exist. Next one here is from Dennis King. I have a fundamental issue with everyone reporting who ignores data and instead evaluates players based on likability and place of birth. The Oilers media group made their bed with Koskinen, but won't lie in it with Skinner. You cannot argue this. And yeah, the Oilers media, they are totally defending about his play. And the fans obviously see it. And it's just frustrating. It's just frustrating that there's no talk about it. But like we said at the top of this episode, we are heading into the playoffs now with Skinner, and he's gotta be more consistent. He just has to. So let's move on to the next one here from Phil Landry, who is responding to a tweet from Mike Harrington Sabres had given up the first goal for 7 straight games until the Thompson tally. And Phil replies, there is no streak that Oilers goaltending can't stop. And yeah, just thought that was funny. And yeah, the Sabres open up the scoring for sure. Next one here is from Adam at Oilers Adam. WWE, do not try this at home. Me at 9. And there's Gene Principe. I honestly thought when I saw the ladder in the background at the beginning, I honestly thought he was going to jump off the ladder and break the table like Bill's Mafia style. And I was like so pumped. And then I saw this edit. It's such a cheesy edit. And I don't know, it just made me laugh. Like, Principe is hilarious. He is hilarious. You just got to love him. Next one is from Tier 2 Oilers fan. How not to be a goaltender. And there is that famous worm flop from Skinner, just making something bad look even worse. Next one is from Ahmed at NHL_Bouchard. If the Oilers somehow win a cup with Stuart Skinner, it should be worth 2 cups. Winning a cup with a bottom 5 goalie is beyond impressive. And I mean, what more can we say? I've been saying it for 10 years. The Oilers need a strong goalie. Combine that with McDavid and Draisaitl. I don't care who else is on the team. You are going to be a top caliber team and most likely win a Stanley Cup. That's my opinion. Next one here is from Klima's Lid. Since the end of 4 Nations, Edmonton Oilers goaltenders have a 4.11 goals against average. Asterisk, this is not an opinion. I'm simply relaying a statistic. And yeah. Klima's Lid, Dan Fika, Stony Oil, myself included in this. We have been on top of the Oilers goaltending all year. The year before as well. The year before that as well. It's getting really hard to keep, banging this drum. And nobody is coming to the aid. But like I said, what else can I tell you guys? Hopefully we can put this game behind us with a win against New Jersey. Again, that game is on Thursday. And then we play back-to-back on Friday against the Rangers. So looking forward to bringing you another game recap after that game. And that'll do it for today's episode. Thanks for watching, and most importantly, go Oilers, go.
The channels you need, Oilers on the ice, unstoppable speed. Chasing the cup, we're gonna succeed with David leading.